立法會主席。
The President of the Legislative Council. Government Bills. First reading. Companies Amendment Bill 2018. Second reading. Secretary for Financial Services and the Treasury. President, I hereby move the second reading of the Companies Amendment Bill 2018. The bill aims to amend certain provisions of the new Companies Ordinance Cap 622, which came into effect in 2014, to achieve greater clarity and ease of implementation. This will facilitate businesses in Hong Kong. The new CO commenced operation in March 2014. It provides for a modern statutory framework for the incorporation and operation of companies in Hong Kong. A number of measures have been introduced under the new CO to simplify statutory procedures, reduce compliance costs of companies, and cater for the needs of SMEs. implementation of the new CO has been smooth. It has largely achieved the policy objectives to enhance corporate governance, ensure better regulation, facilitate business, and modernize the law. Based on the operational experience since the commencement of the new CO and feedback from various stakeholders, we have identified certain provisions of the new CO that should be amended. The proposed amendments are largely technical in nature and come into two groups. One, the first group of proposed amendments involve two areas: expanding the scope for simplified reporting and updating the accounting-related provisions of the new CO. On expanding the scope for simplified reporting, the new CO allows simplified reporting by SME corporate groups which meet specific size criteria. Under this exemption, the holding company of an eligible group of companies is entitled to prepare simplified financial statements in accordance with the Small and Medium-Sized Entity Financial Reporting Framework and Financial Reporting Standard issued by the Hong Kong Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and is subject to less stringent requirements for the preparation of auditors' reports and directors' reports. Having considered the operational experience and the feedback from various stakeholders, we suggest to offer more flexibility to SMEs that meet specified size criteria to reduce their compliance costs. We propose allowing the holding companies of two other types of corporate groups to benefit from the reporting exemption, namely A, groups formed by small private companies and small guarantee companies, provided that the holding companies of the groups and all the subsidiary companies meet the size criteria. B, groups of small private companies or small guarantee companies with non-Hong Kong subsidiaries, provided that both the holding company of the group and all of its subsidiary companies, including non-Hong Kong subsidiaries, meet the size criteria. Another amendment that incorporates new developments after the commencement of the new CO is to update the definitions of holding company and parent undertaking to reflect the latest accounting standards per the introduction of the Hong Kong Financial Reporting Standard 10 issued by the Hong Kong ICPA. The second group are amendments to clarify policy intents or to remove ambiguities and inconsistencies. The main proposals include aligning the obligations of non-Hong Kong companies with those of local companies in the display of company names, aligning penalty provisions relating to financial statements, as well as streamlining and clarifying provisions to facilitate compliance. The new CO and its subsidiary legislation contain detailed requirements regarding the display of the name of a company incorporated in Hong Kong. However, there are no corresponding provisions for non-Hong Kong companies. We propose empowering the Financial Secretary to make regulations providing for the requirements on the display of company names and the disclosure of liability status of non-Hong Kong companies so as to align the obligations of non-Hong Kong companies with those of local companies. At present, the penalty level for an offense relating to the revision of financial statements and reports is lower than that for a corresponding offense relating to the original financial statements and reports. During the scrutiny of the subsidiary legislation by LegCo in 2013, in response to Bills Committee members' requests, the government undertook to review and remove the inconsistency in the penalty levels in the next legislative exercise. The proposed amendment will align the penalty levels for the relevant offenses. In terms of streamlining and clarifying provisions to facilitate compliance, a series of amendments are involved. For instance, a holding company which is also a wholly owned subsidiary can opt to prepare consolidated financial statements. And regarding the requirement for a holding company to list the names of the directors of its subsidiary undertakings in the director's report, we propose to add an option of allowing a holding company to provide such information on its website or by making a list of the names available at the holding company's registered office. We already consulted the LegCo panel on financial affairs, relevant stakeholders, including professional groups and chambers, as well as the Companies Law Reform Committee. They largely support the proposal. We hope members can support the proposal. If the bill is passed at LegCo, we suggest that it be implemented starting on the 1st of February 2019. Thank you, President. I now propose a question to you that the Companies Amendment Bill 2018 be read the second time. In accordance with the rules of procedure, the second reading debate is adjourned and the bill is referred to the House Committee.
This Council resumes the second reading debate.